And good evening, everybody. Welcome to race number 25 here of Season 5 of the Mobil1 Cup Series as we are under the lights getting ready for the running of the Ford Ecoboost 300. We're getting ready tonight for a 27-lap event. Seth Cole here, joined in the broadcast booth by co-commentator Drew Austin. Drew, thanks for joining me tonight.
No problem.
Well, tonight we end up having the chase coming one race after this. What do you think? What kind of racing are we going to see here tonight?
Aggressive racing to try getting into the chase.
On the pole for this race is Justin Williams alongside of James Silverfox. Neither one of these drivers have been to victory lane yet this season. And you got Wolfgang Mason, a two-time winner who may be trying to look to get a wild card spot. He's currently 21st in points. Alongside of him is Richard Johnson. Who do you think we're going to see up front more tonight? Drivers that are actually inside the top 10 in points, or drivers that are on the outside looking in?
I'd have to say probably drivers inside top 10 for points.
Well, tonight we got an actual possible battle for the points lead. Wydose Avotas, who's been pretty much dominating for the last 5-6 weeks, he's actually got his points lead cut down now by a total of 8 points, with Nicole Williams only 8 points back, so there's a chance we may have a points battle here tonight. So we're going to get these cars rolling off. As they complete a couple pace laps, we will show you the starting grid, and then we'll get the green flag to put these drivers underway. Of course, we'll keep an eye on drivers that are outside the top 10 looking in, as well as the drivers that are inside the top easily pull out with a poor run here tonight. Justin Williams on the pole for tonight's race. He's been close on numerous occasions of getting a victory in the last few weeks, but we're getting ready to go green. Let's turn it over to Drew Austin for the green flag.
And the green flag is out here at Homestead.
We saw in the Truck Series race, Drew, that the outside line seemed to be the place to make the move for passes. Do you think that's going to hold here true tonight, or being here with cars instead of trucks, are they going to be able to get the inside line to work?
I think with the different cars, I think the inside line's going to be able to work out pretty well.
I think you're correct, because look right there, Wolfgang Mason, Chris Kyle, they're able to work their way down to the inside line, and now those two are battling for the lead. Justin Williams very quickly starting to fade into the back there as he's caught in that extreme high line. Kyle down in the bottom. He's trying to look for his second win of the season. You know, there are quite a few drivers that are not too far behind drivers who have 2 wins this season, like Wolfgang Mason and Trent Dunham, that with a second win here this season and a win here tonight, they could possibly put themselves into the wild card position.
Yep.
Comes James Silverfox on the inside line. This is a driver who actually is winless this season, even though he had 3 wins last season. However, with no wins, he still may be able to get into the chase. He is 5th in points, and been rather surprised he hasn't gotten to victory lane yet. But we're seeing here now that that inside line is working, and they're 3 wide back there, but they're keeping it together. I'm surprised they haven't brought out a yellow yet. Comes Richard Johnson. He'll look down to the bottom of the racetrack. Justin Williams has now found his way back to the bottom. He's going to go 3 wide for the lead, and looking like they're keeping it fairly clean here, even though they are going 3 wide. They're giving some good racing here. Oop, just they're getting a nice view there of the pace car. Is Justin Williams now going to go to the inside? A few drivers back there, including Dylan Poteet, our winner from Pocono, he could possibly come up through here. Who are you looking at here right now? It's looking good to you.
Most likely Justin Williams. He's been up there a lot.
Comes Sean Henley down to the bottom. Henley 18th in points. Here comes Drew Austin down on the bottom there in the 44. I think this is first time in a long time we've actually seen Drew Austin up at the front battling for the lead.
Yeah, that's had a really bad season.
A few other drivers back there that are trying to stay inside the top 10 in points. One of them, Joseph Bryant, back there. He just went out of the camera view there in that purple 89. And now Sean Henley going to go to the lead. Henley, another driver who has yet to go to victory lane this season. There's James Qualls underneath him. How important do you think it is for these drivers that do not yet have wins this season to be able to go to victory lane this late in the regular season?
It just kind of ruins their chances for the chase spots, and that's we all have.
James Qualls now going to go to the lead. Right now it's looking like nobody's really able to hold the top spot. They keep swapping it back and forth. And we're nearing 20 laps to go here as we are still green flag racing. So now the question comes into play, are we going to possibly have green flag pit stops that will have to be made before this race is over? Chris Kyle going to come back down to the bottom, and there's the guy you were looking at, Justin Williams, still finding a way back to the front even though he slips back there. He's got himself a pretty strong race car. Right now it's looking like the two strongest cars on the track at this moment are Chris Kyle and Justin Williams.
Yes, indeed.
Let's try and see if we can find out if there's actually a points battle going on. Wydose Avotas, as we mentioned, only 8 points ahead of Nicole Williams in standings. And oh, there was a wreck right back there, and I think it involves second in points Nicole Williams. Caution.
Oh, everything. Luke Martin.
Oh my goodness. Caution out for the first time. Oh, we got Dylan Young involved too. Tryfon Reed, 4th in points. This hit a few drivers who were doing rather well in the standings, and there's Luke Martin with Jake Rogers as well. Looks like a 5-car incident, and Luke Martin's car, that car is destroyed.
Yes, it is.
Caution waves, and we were just talking about the Nicole Williams-Wydose Avotas points battle, and there's the driver that came in 2nd in points. This may definitely help out Wydose Avotas tonight. I think the 40 car may be done for the evening. That is a tough break there for Nicole Williams. Leading the rookie points and 2nd in the standings, had an opportunity to take the points lead here tonight. We're under caution for the first time tonight here on lap number 10. Let's go back and take a look at a replay. Here's a look at what happened. We saw them go 3 wide here tonight, but 5 wide I don't think is going to work.
Yeah, that won't work at all.
Jake Rogers going to get there into Dylan Young, and right there I think is where the 6th car is just going to snap around, and at that point you're just a passenger and there's nowhere you can go. And oh, right up into Tryfon Reed. And then Nicole Williams is going to have nowhere to go. She runs into Reed. Oh, and then Jake Rogers just takes Luke Martin up the track and into the wall. Tell you the truth, I'm rather surprised that was only a 5-car incident, because that happened right in the middle of the field. But that's definitely a hard lick for both Nicole Williams and Tryfon Reed. Both former winners this season, 2nd and 4th in points. And they, along with Dylan Young, Luke Martin, and Jake Rogers, all find the wall out of turn 2. Let's go back for the restart. Getting ready to go back to green flag racing. It'll be on lap 14 of 27. That should give us a total of 14 laps to go. They'll hit the halfway point when we hit the middle of the back straightaway. Quickly give you your top 10. Chris Kyle's the leader, James Qualls 2nd, Drew Austin in 3rd. 4th is Justin Williams, Richard Johnson 5th, Joseph Bryant is in 6th, Sean Henley 7th, Sean Galligan 8th, Jacob Lawler 9th, and John McNamara is in 10th. We saw the 6 of Dylan Young lining up there on the inside line. He is a lap down, and the only car out of the race, we're being told, is Luke Martin. So Nicole Williams, 2nd in points, she's still continuing on. And we'll see if maybe she can salvage something here tonight. So now we got to basically keep our eyes on Wydose Avotas, see if he can survive tonight. So as we get ready to go back to green, what do you think, Drew? That lap car of Dylan Young is damaged, maybe off the pace. Is that going to become a factor into who's going to win tonight's race?
It might. If he starts blocking some people, I mean, yes.
We're going to have to see if that's going to be the case. Hopefully Dylan Young will use the veteran instincts and move out of the way, allowing everybody to go around him on the outside. But when they get down there into turn one, drivers who try and make moves in the inside line, sometimes Dylan Young or any other lap car aren't able to move out of the way. So here we go. We're going to go back to green flag racing. Let's see if they can go green to the end of this race. And it looks like the top 10 at least aren't going to have any trouble with Dylan Young. So now James Qualls will try setting his sights on Chris Kyle for the race lead. Now, they were racing 3x3 for most of this race, but that was when they went to green double wide. Now they're going back to green single file. Do you think it's going to take them long to get 3 wide now?
Yes.
Gonna have to see as things got really spread out there from 8th place Jacob Lawler on back. And I think that may have been due to the slower Dylan Young machine. And they were trying to go 3 wide, not quite. They stayed double wide. But they did attempt to go 3 wide there with Justin Williams going extremely low.
Looks like Drew Austin's the only third in the whole top 5.
That's right, you're right. There are actually a few drivers up here that really need good runs that are up here in the top 10. Qualls is one, Drew Austin another, as well as Richard Johnson there in the Shell Pennzoil Chevy. So good runs here tonight for those drivers, and I think that was a big thing that happened in the Truck Series race too, is a lot of drivers who were not running well in points, they got up here to the front. What is there about these races now late in the season for drivers that are running poorly in points that all of a sudden they seem to come alive?
I don't know, actually.
Some kind of motivation going on with them. But anyway, here comes James Qualls into turn 1 again. Justin Williams, he's looking like he's going to be the driver of the night, at least as far as trying to battle for that lead all night long, because he has had probably the strongest car this entire race. And putting that car on the pole is they're racing really hard behind him for third. Chris Kyle, Joseph Bryant, Richard Johnson, Sean Henley in that mix. And way back here, that's the top 9. And then there's a battle for 10th. You got Danny Wells and Cole Daly. Now these guys, I think they end up losing the top 9 because of that slower car of Dylan Young. When they hit the stripe, I believe there's going to be a total of 8 laps to go. Nope, actually there's going to be 9 laps to go. Is that enough time for these guys 10th place on back to be able to catch up to that front pack, or do you think it's going to come down to only those 9 drivers?
I think it's only going to come down to 9 drivers, unless the person back can catch a really good draft.
Trying to see if I can find any difference in speed. This pack is running around in the 195. Let's see where the leader is running. Well, these guys are actually running up in the 193, 194, so it looks like that second pack is slightly faster. Just a matter of do they have enough time to be able to catch them and be able to make passes enough for the win. We look back at Wydose Avotas. We know Nicole Williams has been involved in incidents tonight. She came in trying to run down Avotas for the points lead. Avotas, though, he's running 20th on the racetrack right now. I think he'd need to step it up just a little more to allow himself a big enough cushion heading into the regular season finale next week at Arizona. And it looks like Danny Wells in the 10th position may be very quickly catching the back bumper of Sean Galligan in 9th place. They are closing that gap up. Question is, though, do they have enough time to be able to pass 9 other drivers to get up to the win? Speaking of pass, we got a pass on for the lead. Justin Williams back down to the inside of Richard Johnson. As these top 9 continue to battle up here up front. And Joseph Bryant's now looking down to the bottom, and time is running out for these guys. If they're going to make their moves, they got to make them now, because when we hit the stripe, we're going to have only 5 laps to go. What do you think? 5 laps to go. A 9-car pack, and oh, and they're 4 wide. Drew Austin's going 4 wide for the lead. Trying to get the inside line working. Oh my goodness, they're still 4 wide into turn 1. And it looked like Drew Austin had to bail out of the throttle there. That was close. We nearly had a wreck there. Boy, these guys are racing hard. What do you think? 4 laps to go. Can they keep it clean green?
Maybe.
A big maybe, because I have no idea. Oh boy, we got some slower cars up ahead here. Dylan Young, Nicole Williams, and Jake Rogers. Now let's see where those guys are. They are currently exiting turn number 4. The leaders are currently exiting turn number 4 now. I don't know, but we've got a total of 3 laps to go. They may encounter those drivers before this race is over. Yeah, they're catching them. This is not going to be good. Here comes Richard Johnson trying to get to the inside line, and they are going to catch these guys. They're going to catch them here with 3 laps to go. Now coming down to 2 to go. Who's going to hold up, though? Looks like they're holding up James Quall from the high side. Here we go. Battle for the lead. 3 wide. Chris Kyle going to go to the bottom of Richard Johnson. Drew Austin going to follow him through. Chris Kyle to the lead. But here comes Drew Austin. He's coming to the inside line now. We're going to be coming around to receive the white flag. Drew Austin on the bottom. He has cleared Chris Kyle. Now has Sean Henley to his inside. 1 more lap. Drew Austin, Sean Henley side by side. And Austin tried to throw the block into turn 1. He slipped up a little bit. Henley there. Justin Williams, the dominant car of the night there. Just 2 more corners for Drew Austin for him to capture his first career NNSCRA victory. Henley to the inside, out of turn 4 for the final time, photo finish! That was too close to call.
That was an amazing finish.
That was dead.
My gosh.
That was dead even. And we're waiting for the official report, and the official report is Drew Austin got Henley at the line. For the first time in NNSCRA history, a co-commentator in the NNSCRA booth goes to victory lane. And Drew Austin's going to stay out an extra lap and do a celebratory victory lap. Wow, that was an epic finish.
Wow.
Your dog's celebrating for you, too.
Yep.
Wow. For the first time ever, I'm actually able to interview the winner. Drew, how you feeling?
Awesome. Just awesome.
His first career NNSCRA victory comes here tonight under the lights at Homestead-Miami Speedway, and we're going to get the official report. It was by 1/100th of a second that Drew Austin was able to beat Sean Henley to the line. Probably one of the closest finishes we've had here at Homestead-Miami Speedway in an NNSCRA event. And Drew Austin, who may not make the chase here this season, still going to come out of Season 5 with a victory here tonight. Congratulations, Drew.
Oh, thanks.
As always, we're going to show you your top 10 finisher results. Of course, Drew Austin with the victory. Henley going to get 2nd. Justin Williams, the dominant car of the night, he'll have to settle for 3rd. Chris Kyle 4th, and Jacob Lawler going to get 5th. 6th, Richard Johnson. Rohit Vidarvu's been on a streak as of late. Another top 10 finish in 7th. Austin Ogo's going to get 8th. 9th, James Qualls, and Joseph Bryant is going to complete the top 10. Wydose Avotas, the points leader, who will remain the points leader heading into next week at Arizona, he finished in 16th place here tonight. Well, folks, hope you enjoyed tonight's race. I know I did, and I'm pretty sure Drew enjoyed it too.
Yeah, I did. Yep.
So, hope you guys enjoyed this race. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the crew today. Also, be sure to subscribe to Drew Austin's channel. I can't remember what it's called right now. I can't remember what the username is, but I will put the link to it in the description for you to be able to sub to him. And Drew, I want to thank you for joining me tonight for co-commentary.
No problem. He's been pretty bored all day, so
Well, hopefully this made your day.
it's my day now.
Alright guys, so
Yeah.
hope you'll tune in next time. We're going to have a Snickers Cup Series race here at Homestead-Miami before we pack it all up to the regular season finale when the chase field will be set at Arizona. So, without further ado, here comes your official finisher results, overall point standings, and rookie points heading into next week as you've been watching a production of the NNSCRA, offline racing at its best.